Stampers, this is Sarah with Stinkincutecards.com, and I have the second of September's Hostess Club cards to share with you today. It is a masculine birthday card or thank you card using the Wetlands stamp set, and that is a great stamp set. It is from the regular catalog. It's great for birthday, thinking of you or thank you, and it's got some real nice masculine images that you can use on your stamping. So we are also going to pair it with the Serene Scenery Designer Series paper. This is a fun paper, like I explained in the previous video. It is using a realistic image on one side, and then on the second side is more of a subtle print. So it's great paper. Have a lot of fun with it and enjoy that. So this is the card that we're going to be stamping. I've made it a thank you card because I need some thank you cards, but it would make a great birthday card for any outdoorsy person in your life. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. You're going to need Dapper Denim paper, pool party paper, a piece of the Serene Scenery. I've got some scraps of the Serene Scenery, some vellum, and a piece of white for the inside. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to use the Dapper Denim ink pad, and I'm going to add some wheat or seagrass, whatever we want to call that, in the bottom here. All right, I'm going to set that aside for a second. I'm going to use Versamark, and I am going to stamp both the Serene Scenery with the Versamark, as well as the vellum with the Sing. And then I'm going to emboss it with the white embossing powder. Okay, so I went ahead and just embossed this with the white embossing powder. Now, if you were paying attention, you'll remember that I forgot a very key step in the process. I forgot to use the embossing buddy. And I explained in a previous video as to why you need the embossing buddy, because what it does is, I don't know if you can see this, but do you see how there's just all these little stray flecks of embossing powder? Had I used the embossing buddy, that would have fallen off with my, when I dumped the powder on and just kind of tapped it off. All of those stray flecks would have fallen off because there's no ink holding that on there. But the static cling has kept it there, and so when I go ahead and emboss it, it shows up. Now, yeah, I would have, I'd like to pretend that I did that for the video purpose, but quite often that is the key step that I forget, and you can always tell when I have forgotten it, because again, you can kind of see those stray flecks. So make sure you use the embossing buddy. If you don't have one, make sure that you order one with your very next order. So I'm going to go ahead and just finish this up. What I did is I will just tear the vellum, and again, because I don't have a way to attach that to when I use the vellum, I like to hide my adhesive. There's many, like I said, there's many things that you can do. One of the things that I'm just going to use today is I'm just going to use the little mini stapler that we carry in the catalog. That's another nice way. Brads will work. The eyelets that we've probably hoarded from years ago will work. But I'm just going to add my little staples. So then I'm going to just take my Tip Top Taupe marker, and I am just going to highlight some of these birds and a little bit to give it a look like a shadow. And there you go. Just kind of gives it another nice little look. I'm going to use some of the linen thread, and we are going to wrap that around our image there. I love this linen thread because it doesn't add a lot of bulk postage wise, but yet it gives you that look of a bow. So I'm just going to go ahead and tie a bow here. Now, one of the things that I can tell you about tying bows, I have found that if I go straight at 90 degrees, that will give me a nice, tighter, cleaner bow. And cut myself a little short here. And we can go ahead and just snip that off. Then it's just a matter of going ahead and layering up our card. Fuss with that a little bit. There we go. All right, I have little schnibbles here. I wanted a little bit to use some of this fun paper, and what I had was a bunch of little pieces left over from another project, and I'm just going to add that there, make it look like, okay, I'm going to add some pool party to the card. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use some dimensionals here. That's another way that you can do too, to kind of tighten up your bows or ribbons if they're, you know, kind of a little bit sagging. You can kind of hide them from the back. Tighten it up there with the dimensionals. So we're just going to go ahead and add that right here in the center. And go ahead and stamp our inside. I'm just going to add one little piece of wheat. And that way you can have ample room to write your message, your birthday greeting, your thank you. And go ahead and stick that right there in the center. And a really quick thank you card. Again, those serene scenery papers, especially the ones that look like a photograph, they just add a nice pop, and then you can get by with just very simple or very minimal stamping on a card. So again, this is Sarah with Stinkincutecards.com, and if you have any questions or wish to enroll in Hostess Club, please contact me at Stinkincutecards.com. Thanks.